This is section 1.3, write expressions. Writing expressions in algebra is a lot like translating to a different language. If you take Spanish or French, you translate the words in English into Spanish or French so that you can communicate. Well, algebra is a little bit different. We still translate. We don't call it translating. We call it writing out algebraic expressions. But what we're doing is we're using symbols to express the language. So let's take a look at some of the key phrases that we can use when we're working with different operations. Different operations will have different key phrases. For example, addition. If you hear the word sum of, plus, total, more than, or increased by, you know that you're going to be using addition. For subtraction, some key phrases are difference of, less than, minus, decreased by. And for multiplication, times, product of, and multiply. Now, the word of we use with fractions. For example, 1/2 of 10 is 5. Even though we say of and we might think of division, we're actually multiplying. We're multiplying 1/2 times 10, which is really the same as dividing by 2. And then when we're talking about division, keywords would be quotient of, divided by, or divided into. And then one more thing you need to keep in mind, the word quantity. When you see the word quantity, it indicates that you should group whatever is following. Okay? So let's take a look at the problems on your worksheet. The first one says 3 times the sum of 7 and a number. Now we know that times means multiplication, and we know that sum of means addition. So we have 3 times the sum of 7 and a number y. And I can rewrite this in a little bit easier to read fashion. Now the only thing I need to be careful of here is we're taking the sum of these two numbers, so I need to put parentheses around 7 plus y. Otherwise, we would be multiplying 3 times 7 first and then adding y. But this tells us to take 3 times the sum, so I need to add 7 and y together before multiplying by 3. The next one, for less than the quantity 6 times a number n. We know that less than means subtraction, and we know that times is multiplication, and we know that quantity means I'm going to group these before I do any other operations. So 6 times a number n is written like that. And if I want 4 less than that, I am going to subtract 4 from that. So there is my expression. And then number 3 says the difference of 22 and the square of the number m. The square of the number m is written like that. And if we're talking about difference, we're talking subtraction. The difference of 22 and the square of the number m. Easy enough? So now what I'd like you to do is stop the video, try numbers 4 through 7 on your own, and then go to the next video to get the correct answers and to continue with the next example.